Welcome back to America's Retirement Headquarters, the home of the Retirement Guys formula and America's Medicare Associates with Nolan Baker and Scott Kerschner. 419-794-3030 is the phone number. The website, arhq.com. For the last few years, we have heard the phrase soft landing a lot. It happens when the Fed raises interest rates slowly to fight inflation without causing a recession. But JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon offers this gloomy outlook to the Wall Street Journal.
Things may not go as well as people expect. The odds of a soft landing, the market kind of prices in 70%. I think it's half of that. As a business person, I try to be prepared for all of that. It looks a little bit more like the 70s to me. And I point out to a lot of people, things look pretty rosy in 1972. They were not rosy in 1973. So don't get lulled into a false sense of security because the today looks okay, that tomorrow's going to be okay. So just trying to separate the two.
There's that Boy Scout motto again, be prepared. Do you agree that there's a false sense of security about the economy? What are you telling clients who might be raising these questions with you?
Well, Jamie has had a kind of a negative outlook on the economy for a little while now. And, it kind of depends on who you listen to, whether it's our show or somebody else's show. I do think that I would agree with the one thing that he said, which is to be prepared. At some point, our economy is going to have a tough time. So the more that you can get prepared now, whether it's a recession, a market crash, something will happen in this economy. The problem is if you listen to the negative news headlines, it oftentimes will lead people to make poor investment decisions and or emotional decisions. Now, let me give you an example. My son, who many of you know, has been working at the office the last couple of years, recent college graduate from BGSU, now a full-time employee of here. But a few years ago, when the market was down, I remember him coming to me and showing me his 401k statement and saying, Dad, this stinks. Look how much money I lost this year because the 401k was down. He's invested in all equities. And I said, hey, buddy, you're 19. You don't really need this money until you're 60. And so if anything, just increase your contributions. And, if we look at the market over the last couple of years since that time frame, it's been such a smart decision. So number one, know that there is always a reason to not invest or stay invested. For long-term investors, ignore the short-term noise. In fact, I even think for, people that are close to or in retirement time, you've got to turn off the market watch news and keep track of everything. There's no point in looking at your financial accounts on a daily basis. If anything, turn the travel channel on. But taking what Jamie had to say and then taking that a step further and saying, okay, where are we at in the economic cycle? If we look at the rules of investing, it's pretty simple, right? Buy low, sell high. Mm-hmm. Now, I know right about now the market is close to an all-time record high. So while the market is at a high point, I would say in looking at it, considering adding in a downside risk management system. We had somebody had come into the office the other day, and they were just transitioning into retirement time, and they wanted a second opinion because they had expressed to their financial advisor that having all of their money in the stock and bond market, they just weren't comfortable with that anymore because they were now transitioning into retirement time. And their advisor just said over and over, over the course of time, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Just let it be. And so that set it and forget it mentality of leaving it up to the lottery of the returns of the stock market just didn't resonate well with them. And I asked him that question. And I'll ask you, if you're somebody that has, a significant amount of money, $250,000 or more, or $500,000 of saved up money in a retirement account, what is your current downside risk management system? If and when the market goes down, what is the strategy that's going to be designed to protect you from what we have experienced in the past, whether it's a 2008 50% decline that we saw, or in the 2000 crash that we saw a 50% decline? And do you now have the luxury of time to make up for it? Because it's not 2000s anymore. It's not 2008. You're probably closer to retirement time. What we do for our clients here is we can incorporate what I would refer to as circuit breaker technology. So in some of our strategies that we have a clear exit strategy that says if this happens, we're going to take steps to reduce risk overall in a portfolio. And that could mean reducing equities and going, more to cash or somewhat of a defensive position. So while the market's at an all-time high, enjoy it. Enjoy it. And, if you're ahead of your goals, maybe protect some of your winning. But don't let this be a false sense of security. Whether it's a soft landing, a hard landing, higher interest rates, lower interest rates, I'm telling you at some point the market will have a hiccup and the market will have some type of decline. And so the way that you get prepared for that is run the fire safety drill now. And what we can actually do for you in our retirement team action plan is run that fire safety drill. In the retirement team action plan, what we're going to do is we're going to take your current portfolio and we're going to put it all together. And what it's going to do is it's going to give a number nerd like me the analytical data, be able to have an intelligent conversation with you that shows, what would be your normal range of returns in your portfolio over a 6-month time frame. And then what we can do is we can take your portfolio, make it jump up on the treadmill and stress test it. We can say, well, if we have another 2008 market crash, what impact and what is the maximum drawdown that you could have in your portfolio? And then after looking at those numbers, if you're not comfortable with what those numbers are, then we can help you make a smart, intelligent decision before a panic situation sets in about incorporating some downside risk management. The mistake that the average investor makes is they wait till something bad happens. Folks, don't wait till something bad happens. Again, reach out to us, get that retirement team action plan, and we'll walk you through developing a downside risk management program in your portfolio if that's something that is keeping you up at night.
You don't want to necessarily go and get an insurance policy if your house is on fire. Quite frankly, you're not going to be able to. You don't want to hope that you've got that fire extinguisher the minute that something boils over on your stove. You don't want to have a plan put in place once the market is already taking its downturn. You want to, again, going back to that Boy Scout motto and over again, be prepared. Know that there will be market fluctuations. Market is going to go up, is going to go down. Perhaps right now is a great time to look at maybe reducing some of that risk that you've got and hopefully avoiding a bigger risk to your retirement plan. It is all part of that retirement team action plan, and the team at America's Retirement Headquarters can help put that together for you by reaching out 419-794-3030. You can go to the website arhq.com. A lot of great events coming up. You can check out all that and go ahead and reserve a seat for those at the website arhq.com. And once again, that number 419-794-3030. Want to thank you, as we always do, for joining us here on America's Retirement Headquarters with Nolan Baker and Scott Kerschner. Hope you have a great week ahead of you. Stay safe out there. Gentlemen, appreciate the time as always. And as we wrap up, want to leave you with the final word.
Yeah, again, as we started out in the beginning, I just want to tell all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. We really, really do appreciate you. I am blessed in the fact that I get to be Disney dad, and I know, my wife does the brunt of the work around the house, and we really appreciate you. So when you think retirement, think America's Retirement Headquarters and know that we're thinking about you. Have a great week, and we look forward to seeing you next week.